Hello everyone, I'm Peter Gifford. This is the Esoteric Order of Gamers and welcome! Today, very exciting stuff. We're going to look at Return to Dark Tower. I've been wanting to get my mitts on this one for quite some time. This is the second printing. There's also an expansion on the way too called Covenant. And guess what? I did a tiny little bit of work on it because I occasionally do a little bit of work for restoration games. So that's very exciting, but wow, I'm so excited to get this and I'm going to play it tonight. I can hardly wait, but before we do that, because it looks so beautiful, I thought I'd show you what's in the box if you don't have a copy. And also we've got the Alliances expansion, the Dark Horde expansion, which are all the miniatures, and a few other extra greeblies as well. Thank you very much indeed to Restoration Games for sending me a copy of this to show to you. And I hope you enjoy this coming video. And before I get started, hit the subscribe button, subscription. If you haven't already, if you've just stumbled across this channel for the first time, you can see there are hundreds of videos I've done and lots more to come. There's lots of exciting stuff here to check out if you love tabletop games. So hit subscribe and also make sure you select that filled in bell icon because that means you'll get all notifications in the future. Right, let's get started. Well, we'll get started with the main box. Now, this is a really interesting box, and of course the design throughout is absolutely gorgeous. Restoration Games really know their stuff when it comes to graphic design, and they put a lot of effort into making sure that these games look and feel beautiful. It's got an alternative back here as well, as you can see. When this came originally, I've taken the plastic off. This had a sheet over it. I'll show you that it's actually in here. So that's the sheet that was on the back, but you can just take that off and then you get this alternative back. And I'm wondering if these are, does this come out? No, that is the base, but it's very, very nice indeed. And we've got this gold foil on it as well, which is quite spectacular. It really looks like a beautiful thing. And I love the way it closes up, but it leaves this kind of red border along the side as well, you can see. So yeah, really distinctive and lovely design. So now this isn't how it looks when you open it up because I've already had a look and unwrapped shrink wrap and stuff like that. So we're looking at all the components here. We've got some very nice counters here. Really high quality. A few sheets of those. Now the original Dark Tower is something that I never played. It came out in the 80s and I think I must have missed it in Australia. It came out in 1981, I believe. And 1981, let me see, I was 16, so I sort of wasn't really playing games then. I was more interested in girls and beer and parties and playing in a band and stuff. So I missed out on it, though I'm really not sure if it made it to Australia or not. But it's become very much a linchpin of a lot of gamers' history, something that they really enjoy when they were a kid. It's got this amazing tower, as you see, as I'll show you, with the electronics and everything in it. So Restoration Games really doing an amazing job to bring this back to a modern audience. And as I said in a Twitter post, this is the kind of thing that really got me into games. Games like Haunted House and Ghost Train and all these things that had big sort of plastic bits and 3D elements and everything back in those days when I was growing up were really, really exciting and really got me into the thrill and imagination of board gaming. So this is right up my alley, I can tell you right now. There's a very descriptive sheet showing you how to repack everything, and there was another sheet that did that as well. Here's our rulebook. I also have the mouse mat material mat for this as well, which I'll show you first. It actually got to me in the post first, and then I had to wait another week or so for the game, so it was very frustrating. I had the mat but no game. Of course, I'll be doing a rules and reference for this game as soon as possible. So there we go, and later after I've played it a few times, I'll be doing a review as well, of course. Dying to play it tonight, it's going to be great. I've got these beautiful hero sheets for the different heroes. We've got the Brutal Warlord, the Orphan Scion, Relic Hunter, and the Spy Master. And look at this design, it's so elegant, very elegant design. Lovely clear icons that echo the style of the electronics. Really, really beautifully done. Nice backs on those as well. Here's our board. This is the cardboard version of the board. And you can see it's got this great back on it. There's a big golden sun. And then here's our board on the other side. All the various regions. And of course, this is where our Dark Tower is going to sit. And talking about the Dark Tower, here it is. I've got this tray here that comes out. Beautifully designed and organised, these plastic trays. I mean, these are all embossed with a pattern and everything. The attention to detail is gorgeous. And look at this beast. Oh, pretty incredible. Now, I've got some batteries in here, so you can see when I turn it on, that classic kind of electronic sound from the 80s. And little lights are flashing and everything as well. It's so exciting. These little things slide open. You can actually take those completely out. You're going to drop skulls in the top here. It is magic. I can just feel my youth flooding back to me. That is fantastic. Gorgeous looking thing. Wow. That must have cost a fortune to produce. Wow, that's really quite impressive. So we've got this tray here, and we've got our hero miniatures. I'll show you those in more detail. And then all these various little location miniatures as well. A bunch of skulls and things, and a dice. And some cards down the bottom here. And as you can see, beautiful artwork throughout. And really, I know I've used the word elegant before, but these really are quite elegant, aren't they? Look at that lovely design. So clear, nice big type, good typography. You know, you don't see this kind of level of quality of graphic design too much these days. I mean, you see a lot of good graphic design, but do you see really, really great graphic design with a real sensitivity to type? Not so much. So there's that. And then we've got a whole bunch of little cards. What do we have here? Potions, quest items, gear, various tests, corruption. There's a whole lot going on here, and it's all beautifully illustrated. Map sections. Love to see the focus on these big illustrations. So frustrating when some games they have cards and they say, oh, you know, this is a long sword, this is a potion or something, and there's no picture on it. I mean, you need the picture as well. You can't just have text. Anyway, illustrations are expensive. So there we go. There's the core set. Let's have a look at some of these miniatures that come in the core set as well. So we've got a lovely custom die here with some various icons on it. Bunch of little skulls to drop down the tower. Some coloured bases. And here are our miniatures. And you can see they've got like a stonewash effect on them as well, so if you don't want to paint them, they still look good. There we go. Here's your barbarian fellow. Very nice. And then we've got all these little bases. They're like little fortifications. There's also some ones here. And round ones. These are the different types of locations. Now there'll be special locations in the Covenant expansion too, so there's some updates and changes to the rules. Well, not updates, but new rules, expanded rules. So, lovely. And look, a place for everything and everything in its place. Just beautiful. So there's the core set. And there it is, the Dark Tower sitting in the middle of its world. What an impressive thing. That is just beautiful. Here's our neoprene version, which is, I think, quite a bit larger. Let's have a look. There's the board. Put that over the top. Yes, it is quite a bit larger. Look at that. So that's very impressive indeed. Look at the colours. It's wonderful. Yeah, the neoprene mat is pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that. And also, when you roll dice on something like this, it just has that lovely muffled sound, which I really like. So, very impressive. We'll put that aside a little bit just there. Look at what else we have. We've got some custom sleeves here. The interesting thing about these sleeves is they're not just transparent ones, they've got a pattern on them as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. You can see. And there are some transparent ones as well. We've got some very nice counters here. Fancy plastic ones. So I don't think I'll even have to punch those cardboard ones because these look really nice. So a game like this, it's all about, you know, the visual thing as well. I mean, I've heard it's a very good game and a lot of people really enjoy playing it and everything, but also just that visual enhancement is just part of the pleasure, isn't it? Part of the fun. I've got a lovely metal coin here. This must be like a first player marker or something, but isn't it gorgeous? Very nice thing. Okay, let's look at the Dark Horde expansion. This is a whole lot of miniatures. And they come in this, well, first we've got this very nice sheet showing us where everything is. And here we go. And they've been done in this sort of black style, which is very unusual. I haven't seen it before. You usually get your plain or your stone wash. But look at this unusual effect. I quite like it. It's rather cool, isn't it? I mean, I will be painting these because who can resist, but certainly for the first few games, that looks fantastic. There are some gorgeous markers. All kinds of beasties. It's very ominous, this black effect, isn't it? So many horrific things to encounter. We've got some nasty evil fellows here. Kind of necromantic skeleton or lich. Is it lich or lick? Lich. It is lich, isn't it? Wouldn't be lick. Oh my god, we've encountered the lick! More skeletons. Spiders, of course. Got to have spiders. Giant spiders. This is some kind of, it looks like a tiny venom. Wolves. Poor old low-level monster wolves. Don't know what this thing is. The black looks great, but it does obscure quite a bit of the detail, so there is that. It's a bit of a trade-off. And then there's all kinds of strange other unique creatures as well. So much painting to be done. This guy doesn't have a face. Love that running pose. Got a couple of these lizards, flying lizards, dragons, small dragons, whatever. What look like ogres, or trolls. A demon, of course. Well, that's a very nice selection of miniatures, and it's certainly going to bring things alive. Beautiful. Finally, we have the Alliances expansion, which adds some more to the game. The fight against the tower just got darker. This has guilds. Powerful organisations exert their will over the four kingdoms. Use influence to sway them to your cause. Power skulls, new skulls imbued with power of blight, omen, frost and fire. There's some new heroes, the Archright and the Haunted Recluse, and more. Influence tokens, treasures, companions, guild flags and guild quest marker. Look at this lovely design. It's just so nicely done. So here's our rulebook for the Alliances expansion. I've got to soak all this in because I'm playing tonight and I don't know the rules yet. Cardboard. Here are our guilds. Our 2 new heroes, the Archright or Arkwright, not sure, and the Haunted Recluse. Another lovely black insert. We've got a very nice bag, and I like the way this has got kind of a round base to it, so it's kind of, it'll sit, which is lovely, and it's soft fabric too, which is good. Lovely. There's our different coloured skulls, so heaps more skulls. Some little flags and miniature bases. Bunch of cards. And here are our 2 new heroes. Well, I'm excited. I don't know about you. I can hardly wait to get this thing on the table and playing with it. It's quite heavy too. Absolutely stunning, and having it sit in the middle of that neoprene board, it's exciting me already. So I can hardly wait to play this. And of course, I'm going to get to work on a rules and reference sheet for you to make playing and enjoying this game even easier. If you enjoy my rules and reference sheets, go check out my website, orderofgamers.com. There's about 430 odd of them at the moment, and there's always more coming. I've been releasing them for yonks, and a lot of people find them very useful. If you enjoy them and you appreciate the time and effort that's gone into them, please leave a donation. It's always highly appreciated. And in fact, if you love the Esoteric Order of Gamers, go check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/esotericorder, where you can sign up to the Esoteric Order community and support my work. It would be very much appreciated because I spend a lot of time doing this stuff and we all need money, sadly. But apart from money, we also need to play games. I'm going to play this one and get it set up, and then I'm going to film a review for you, which I hope you'll enjoy. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is the Esoteric Order of Gamers. I'm Peter. Bye for now.